Hello, welcome to Wildcat Insider, your source for inside stories around the junior high.
On March 11th, Student Council is sponsoring their annual Dodgeball tournament. Registration forms will be available beginning February 1st, so it is important that all students understand the registration process.
Friday, March 11th from 5 to 8 p.m. in the junior high gym. Registration forms will be distributed on February 1st. Each member of each team needs to pay $10 to play. Fill out registration form with at least 6 members on a team. Fill out waiver form. Make sure you have a parent or guardian sign for permission to play.
Turn in all information for your team in one envelope to Mrs. Prady in C12 or Mrs. Roble in the office.
Due to the semester change, this is the final show by the Semester 1 Wildcat Insider staff. Hannah Knoll and Stacy Duncan go behind the scenes and will share a little more about what the Foundations of Broadcast course is all about.
In the class, you learn how to edit, anchor, use the control panel, come up with segment ideas, and work as a team to make them happen, and you learn how to work the camera.
I feel that people should take the class because it was a learning experience, not just about cameras and technology and computers, but overall creativity. You had to learn how to think outside the box for every couple weeks. So,
if you're really into editing and cameras and all that kind of stuff, like photography, I think that Foundations of Broadcast would be good for you, considering you learn a lot about that camera.
It's a neat way to learn on how to use new technology and make new friends.
It's a great way to learn teamwork, and you can come in with no experience, and it's really fun to see like where you start and then where you end with your editing and your camera technique.
I enjoyed going out and filming all the segments with a friend because you really get the time to bond with them, and we always make a whole bunch of camera jokes and puns. And I also enjoyed editing the segments because you have something to be proud of.
I enjoyed most the teamwork. I feel that every couple weeks you and your partner had to put your heads together to come up with a creative segment and think outside the box with it.
On February 2nd, eyes around the country will turn to Punxsutawney to see if the groundhog will see his shadow. According to folklore, if he sees it, we will have 6 more weeks of winter. If he doesn't see his shadow, then spring will come early this year. Here are some student predictions.
No, I don't think he will see his shadow. I think that he will see his shadow.
I believe the groundhog will see his shadow.
I agree.
Yes, I think the groundhog will see his shadow this year.
I don't know. Yes, I think he will.
It depends on if you like winter or spring. So what I like is spring, so I'm gonna say whichever one means spring.
I think that no, it won't see shadow because it's gopher.
I think he will see his shadow.
I think there's a high possibility that he will see his shadow.
No, I don't think the groundhog will see his shadow.
I don't think the groundhog will see his shadow.
I don't think the groundhog will see his shadow.
Now for a more accurate weather report, we go to our resident weatherman, Mr. Maines.
Good morning, junior high school. Well, finally, this past weekend, the snow arrived. Many of us saw 14 to 16 inches fall across our neighborhoods. This coming weekend and early next week, you're going to see temperatures rise into the 50-degree range. But many people have been asking, well, after the 50s, where do we go for the rest of February and March? Well, on Tuesday, this famous groundhog is going to make his forecast for the rest of winter. I expect him to see his shadow, which means 6 more weeks of winter for us. Well, maybe just winter finally gets here and we see more snow and cold. At the end of next week, if we can go to the forecast map, the models are indicating towards the end of next week and that following weekend, we do drop back down well below normal temperature-wise, and snow will be back in the forecast for the following week. Look for February and March to be colder than average and snowier than average.
Super Bowl 50 will take place on February 7th. Here are some interesting Super Bowl facts.
With Valentine's Day just around the corner, we asked students and staff about their dream Valentine in today's Cat Chat.
If I could pick anyone to be my Valentine, it would be Zac Efron.
I'd pick Derek Shepherd from Grey's Anatomy.
I'd pick Sophie.
Kim Kardashian.
Cameron Dallas.
Kylie Jenner with blue hair.
If I could have anyone in the world for my Valentine, it would have to be Hayes Greer.
Mon Valentin préféré serait Mark Wahlberg.
Our Valentine would be Justin Bieber.
If I could pick anyone to be my Valentine, it would be Harry Styles.
My Valentine would be Alex Bizignani.
My Valentine would be my wife.
My Valentine is Zoe.
My Valentine is Bailey and Gym Squad.
Mine Schatz is Viv Smith.
Drake.
Harry Styles.
Para el Dia de San Valentin, Claire Danes.
Now that we are halfway through the year, 7th graders reflect on the first semester.
Overall, the first semester has been great because we have studied hall together.
The first quarter's been good for me because I get good grades.
My favorite moment of the year was when we beat Gateway.
Same. My favorite highlight from this year was when Mr. Roberts set a desk on fire.
I'm looking forward to February. The end of the year.
Some milk.
Forward to summer.
Thanks for tuning in to this edition of Wildcat Insider. We will return in a few weeks with a new staff.